what's good? What it do? What it is? I am back with these vids. This time it's gonna be, we're not doing picks, but we're gonna be talking sports. I was watching, as everybody was watching, that ass whooping that the Raiders put on the Chargers. And then we saw a couple more ass whoopings happen throughout the weekend. And in the midst of that ass whooping, like the midst of the ass whooping that was taking place on Thursday Night Football between the Raiders and the Chargers, I got to thinking. And I said, how much does coaching matter in the NFL? Like, when I really got to thinking about it, and not just in the NFL, but how much does coaching matter in sports? Like, and apologies, because you might hear me just switch in and out of a little, like, soft-spoken / whisper from here and there, only because I don't want to crack my voice a lot. But when we're thinking about a situation with the Raiders, like going from Josh McDaniels to Antonio Pierce, that alone, like, a Josh McDaniels team never on this earth could have put up 63 points. Like, let's just be real. It never would have happened. And I feel like the reason is, when I say coaching matters, I don't mean the X's and O's. Alright? I don't mean the X's and O's. When I say coaching matters, I mean more of the man or woman. Shout out Becky Hammond. The man or woman that is coaching. Like, you gotta really be that person that people want to follow. And I think we saw a prime example of it on Thursday Night Football. Just being real. Like, one team wanted to come out there and play for their coach, even if he wasn't interim head coach. He had given them just something that they could get behind, you know? Something that they could really get into. Whereas on the other side, Brandon Staley has literally, like, some could argue, and Chargers fans, anybody that's a Chargers fan or just a football fan, tell me if I'm wrong, but one could argue that Brandon Staley has literally held the Chargers back. Like, they have all that fucking talent, and he continuously, like, that's the one time where you can look at the coaching and go, this is your fucking fault. Like, notorious for going for it with dumbass play calls on 4th down. Like, just horrible play calling in general. Defense isn't showing up, and that's what you do. The Chargers literally went out there and, to be honest, did what I wanted the Saints to do against the Lions. They went out there and said, yo, we want this motherfucker out of here. Went out there and straight laid down, took an ass whooping. I mean, yeah, it helps that the quarterback stunk, but, like, come on. The quarterback stunk, so yes, that helped. But that defense was not playing. You cannot convince me otherwise. 42-0 at halftime, dog. Come on. And, again, not even just in the NFL do I think that coaching matters. Like, look at the Rockets, who last season were some shit. Let's just call it what it is. They were some shit. They had no culture, they had no flair, they had no nothing. You wouldn't even think about the Rockets. Not even a second thought about the Rockets. And now, Ime Udoka got them boys hooping. Come on. He got them boys hooping. Like, coaching matters. I don't know what he has, but whatever it is, they want to follow it. They're bought in, and it's happening. Like, I think even look at college sports as well. Like, I think a lot that goes into coaching nowadays, like, you have to be a player's coach. I feel like the days of the Bill Bellich they're gone. And it's soft spoken, so I can take a little sip real quick, you know what I'm saying? Without, you know what I mean? But I feel like the days of the hard-nosed coaches, like the Greg Popoviches, the Bill Belichiks, I feel like all those coaches, we're seeing them right now. both Bill Belichick and Craig Popovich are at the bottom of their divisions, respectively. And these are some of the greatest coaches of all time. And I feel like it's just because it's different. These athletes are different nowadays. This money is different nowadays. You have to treat these people different nowadays. It's either that or you gotta, like, they have to respect you. Like, straight up, they gotta respect you because you will sooner than not see a player, and we've seen it already. Like, we've seen college highlights of people snapping at their coaches and coaches just going at it. We've seen NFL highlights on the sideline going at it. Like, even bringing into college, since they get paid now, these dudes are getting money now. Like, they have money. They don't, and in college, it's like, do I need to put up with this annoying-ass coach who's not giving me any burn if I can just go hit the transfer portal and get a bag somewhere else and start? And I'm not even here to get into the transfer portal talk. I think all college athletes should get paid. That's the end of my opinion on that. All college athletes should get paid. Because if you bring in money, you should get money for what you bring in. I don't think they get paid enough. That's it. I'm going to keep going from there. I just think coaching, like, you really have to have a coach that people can follow, or else you're fucked. Like, everybody's talking about, oh, Bill Belichick, is he going to go to Los Angeles next year? And it's like, bro, as a player, and I'm dead serious, as a player, you can say whatever you want. The media can put out whatever they want. As a human being, I know I wouldn't want to work for Bill fucking Belichick. Because, yeah, like, championship pedigree and all that, but, like, that shit sounds like hard work. I would much rather go play for a Mike McDaniel. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, does it make sense to what I'm saying here? Like, yes, Bill Belichick, I understand the championship pedigree. Not a lot of fun there. I would much rather go play for an Andy Reid. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and this is also a hard point to make because I like to make counterpoints while I'm trying to make a point as well. Because you could look at the Broncos, who got totally splashed down, like straight up cooked on 70-20. But then you see them fight back, and we all know how Sean Payton does. So, but I mean, as a Saints fan, I can tell you just straight away, coaching matters. Because we have all the talent in the world, but our coaches don't know what to do with that shit. And that just is what it is. So, I mean, I guess I really want to know you guys' opinion on this. Do you think, I mean, obviously coaching matters, but do you think hard coaching matters? Like, do you think the times are shifting is what my main thing is? Because I could have just been like, oh, do you think Bill Belichick is going to be able to win another championship? I don't. I personally think Bill Belichick is done. Me personally, it's nothing to be disrespectful to Bill Belichick. It's just that style of coaching. We're not going to get much out of it anymore. He can be a genius all he wants, but he got to be a little lenient with it. Like, he has to learn to relax a little bit, I would think, but I could be wrong. But, I mean, just, if you really think about it, and this is the main point that I want to get to as well. If you really think about it, everybody that are in these professional sports, like, they can play. You don't just mistakenly get to the NFL, the NBA, the Major League. Like, you don't get there by accident. And all of these coaches, the exact same thing goes. I mean, yeah, it helps a little bit if you know, but you don't get there by accident. You just don't. So everybody knows what they're doing. They can all do this on a professional level. They are the best of the best, the elite, right? That's what they are. So it's like, why doesn't that translate? Why don't we see better competition on the field? And you know it's a fact that every professional athlete can ball. Look at Cam Thomas. Got some time last year after some stuff happened with the other players on the team. Comes up off the bench. Shit's like crazy. Now he's getting minutes. But there's 1,000 not 1,000. That's disrespectful. There's a lot of Cam Thomases out there in every sport. that can hoop. They just haven't gotten a chance. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. Brock Purdy would have literally never gotten a chance if every other quarterback didn't get injured on his team. He would have never gotten a chance, and now we're talking about him being MVP. So every athlete can ball at a professional level. Every coach can coach at a professional level. But the product isn't always professional. And that's why I think it comes down to the coaching and how you relay your message. Because I think all of us can be honest. Like, you can find Mike McDaniel all you want annoying, but we would all love to play for the Dolphins. Because it feels like you can just walk around, do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're doing your job. Like, there's a standard, of course, but it looks like they're free. Like, it looks like their players are free. Whereas Bill Belichick, it looks more like, all right, like, come on, dog. We've heard about people getting, like, benched, starters getting benched. Wasn't it like LeGarrette Blount or somebody? Starters getting benched for showing up late to a meeting. Like, we've heard these things. So, that's all I'm saying. I feel like coaching matters. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. This was kind of like a little ramble, but it was just on my mind while I was watching that ass whooping that I will be talking about in a little bit more detail when we get to these picks. Alright, when we get to the picks video, ooh, if you're a Chargers fan, turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. Do not watch that video. Do not click on the picks video if you are a Chargers fan. It is not your week. This is the only warning you will get, alright? Because I'm coming. Okay. But, man, we all can agree that the Chargers quit, right? On national television, they wanted to get their coach fired. Like, there's no other way. There's no other way. When it happened to the Broncos, it was like, all right, new team, new regime, and it's Tyreek Hill, it's Jalen Waddle, it's Raheem Mostert, it's Devon Achane. Like, these motherfuckers are just running a track meet. Like, eventually it just gets, and even when they took the starters out, the backups were just, so, like, man, that one is almost, I don't want to say acceptable, because 70 points is never acceptable, but you also can't get rid of your coach that you just hired after like 3 games. You can't do that because that was only like 3 games into the season. You can't do that. Whereas a Brandon Staley, like, bro, this is like your 3rd, 4th year with this quarterback and this talented ass team. You left in Mike Williams last year and got him fucked up right before playoffs. Like, you get multiple calls wrong and then you get your ass beat. You get stomped on 63-21, like 42-0 at halftime. I swear to God, he would have been fired at halftime. If I was the owners, I would just called him like, yo, the same way Shannon Sharp got that call, like on that red phone, he would have been on that red phone. I would have been like, pack your fucking shit, go. Like, pack your fucking shit. Your family's waiting for you at the airport. Come on, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Like, because that's crazy. So you can't tell me that you don't need a player's coach these days, because that's all that's succeeding. Nick Sirianni, hate him or love him, he is a player's coach. Andy Reid, hate him or love him, Big Red is a player's coach. Who else? Hold on, I'm drawing a blank. Why am I drawing? Antonio Pierce, 63-21, a player's coach. Sean Payton, bouncing back from a 70-point loss, a player's coach. Even getting your team to show up after that, like, to get them, that was early in the season, getting your team to fight back and be in playoff position after that, player's coach. Mike McDaniel, player's coach. Come on. Mike McCarthy seems like a player's coach. I can't believe I'm forgetting D'Amico Ryans, player's coach. Like, it's no secret. It is no secret. Jim Harbaugh, Jesus, also a player's coach. Definitely a player's coach. No, John Harbaugh, a player's coach. Someone who has literally allowed Lamar to be Lamar without trying to change him from the beginning. The only team that allowed Lamar to be Lamar. I mean, sure, they didn't give him a lot of help. Let's be real. They didn't give him a lot of help, but they did take a shot on him. A he should have been drafted in the first round way earlier. I'm not gonna get into that. That's a ramble. I'm not gonna get into that. But players, coaches matter. They do. In basketball, I don't think it matters as much. But I mean, obviously, the Rockets are my steaming point for that. But basketball is so like it could be individual. Because honest to God, like Devin Booker could go out there and give you 50 one night. Like Giannis could give you 64 one night and not get his ball back and try to fight your whole team. Like anything could happen in basketball, so it's a little bit different. But definitely in the NFL, I'm not too well versed in baseball, but definitely in the NFL, coaching matters. I think coaching matters everywhere. In football, coaching matters, especially because that's the biggest roster too. So we're talking about the biggest rostered sport. You have to get a bunch of grown men to buy into your message. A bunch of well-paid grown men that have, at every level, dominated life, at every stage. Usually elementary, middle school, high school, college, pro level. They have done it all. So, hey man, if y'all are wondering what's going on in the background with all the pictures and whatnot, my room is currently under construction, so we're doing a little upgrade in here. That is my Christmas gift from my wonderful girlfriend who has been hard at work all day. You can't see the work she's already done, but she has like repainted the wood, got a little beanbag chair back there. Like it's lit. It's getting lit in here. Can't wait for you guys to see it. This has been a wonderful video just to record and just ramble. Little soft-spoken ramble. Who knows? If it sounds like dog shit, probably never do it again. You'll probably not see this video if it sounds like dog shit. You might see the video if it sounds like dog shit. We'll figure that part out. Hey, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Can't just say that enough. I really can't say that enough. Like, the fact that I'm able to literally just sit here and record something and feel like I'm about to have a conversation with the people watching it is crazy, because you know I'm gonna be in them comments. So tell me if I'm tripping. Like, do y'all think Bill Belichick and Greg Popovich are gonna win another chip? I don't give a fuck if he has Wemby. I don't give a fuck if the Patriots have the #1 pick, if they keep him. I don't give a fuck where he goes. Like, that style of coaching just does not work. It doesn't. You gotta have fun at work. You do. I could be wrong though. You let me know. I'll talk to y'all. See anything you think.